How's it going, everybody? Scott here. I wanted to do a quick physical media review, mostly because I've been seeing this release get a ton of hate online, and I really don't think that that hate is deserved. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is the 4K release by Warner Brothers, and there are multiple releases at the same time. There was a steelbook that was released that was really cool. I get that one, actually, is what I would say. There's also a collector's set that I don't think was released in the United States. I think it may be UK only. It certainly wasn't released here, I don't think. And then there's this base version of the movie, this 4K disc that was released. Now, why is this getting so much hate? It's getting a lot of hate because of the slip cover and the cover of the 4K, the case. And the reason this cover is getting so much hate is because if you look closely, if you are a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, you're going to catch this. This is not the Freddy that's in this movie. This is a later version of Freddy. I'm not sure which one. I can't remember which one it is that has the demon ears. I want to say part 4 or 5, maybe, maybe part 4. But this is not the Freddy that's in this movie. So this is like a really stupid oversight by Warner Brothers, honestly. Also, by the way, this is a retread of an old DVD cover. I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain that this was used on a previous DVD release of A Nightmare on Elm Street, one of them. So, for goodness sakes, Warner Brothers, could you have given us a better cover than this? Yes. Could you have just used the freaking classic movie poster as the front of this? Yes. And it would have been received so much better. By the way, that's exactly what the Steelbook looks like. But does that ruin this release? And the answer is no. If you love A Nightmare on Elm Street, this is the best this film has ever looked. Now, I got a pretty nice setup. I should say that. I have a pretty nice home theater. This looked incredible on my home theater. Specifically, the scenes in the boiler room looked awesome. The scene, when Nancy is in the school and she sees her friend, and then there's that hall monitor that's like Freddy, but he's disguised as a hall monitor, and he asks for her pass. That specific scene, as goofy as it is, that specific scene looked so good on my TV. I saw another YouTuber mention that, and I was like, okay, one scene in a movie, yeah, right. Then I watched it, I'm like, he's so right. He's so right. Like, that scene looked really good. This is the best this movie's ever looked. It's got an Atmos track with it. It has 3 featurettes that accompany this film as special features. That's not bad. Let's be honest. That's more than we get for a lot of releases. So all I'm going to say, do not let the negativity online ruin this. Is this a bad choice by Warner Brothers? Yes, this is a terrible choice. But, is this a good release? Yes, it's totally worth it. If you are a fan of A Nightmare on Elm Street, I would say pick this up, or pick up the Steelbook, because that's got the better cover, or there's likely, and I have no news to confirm this, but there will likely be a box set, because they're not just going to stop at one, right? They're going to eventually release all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on 4K. So, but if you're a massive fan of this movie and you want it to look better than it's ever looked, this is worth a buy. Don't let the negativity online stop you. I think this is a great release. And if I had to give it a rating, I would say 8.5 out of 10. And I'm only knocking it because of the cover. 8.5 out of 10.